my God, Arlena, that intro just gets me so fired up.
I love the music.
I'm feeling a sword and smash something with it. I don't care what it is. I just want to do it and go, yeah, shield maidens, bitches.
Yes. Smash. Smash.
Mega Vonnen, everyone. Mega Vonnen, and welcome. Welcome to Shield Maiden's second episode. We are
Martyrs for you.
rings of power, y'all. Rings of power. How is everyone doing tonight? We've got Louise Sparrow with us, Darth Arlena, and unfortunately, Starry-Eyed Girl could not be here tonight, but we are still going to bring to you the worst and the worst of the Rings of Power. So welcome. and I do want to say, if anybody likes it, I think that's, we are not here to shit on what you like. We are just here to protect what we love. So if you like it, I am genuinely happy for you that you have found something you can throw yourself into and enjoy. And that is wonderful. I like many things that other people don't like, and that's fine. I'm okay with that. But I am genuinely thrilled and just
at this point I do feel like a martyr. I've got to find a show that is just absolutely terrible that I love that Arwen's gonna hate and make her watch it too.
Yeah, you do.
But it's impossible because we like all the same stuff.
We do. And even like with Kenobi, you know, Arlena liked some things that I didn't like, and I liked a couple of things that she was like, meh. But we were both pretty much in general consensus that it could have been way better. Mm-hmm. It could have been so much better.
But it wasn't as bad as Book of Boba.
No.
True.
But like I said before, that's not a really high bar.
It's not. It's not.
It was still better than the Book of Boba. But
Book of Bubba.
Book of Bubba. Bubba. All right, let's greet our chat, and then we'll dive in head first. All right, Chris Perza. First, yes, Sensei didn't sneak in and snag that medal from you, but you know, that's what it is. You get the crown tonight, sir. And we've got good bunny. Gun bunny. Good woman gun bunny is what I meant to say. Anyway, here we go. Oh, it's already a shit show. All right. Hey, Louise. Good to see you. Brother Psychodorf, good to see you tonight. Guys, am I going to be at the meet? You mean the meetup in Valhalla? Well, that's the plan. We'll see, but that is the plan.
Oh, ain't no we'll see. Her ass is gonna be there.
I knew I already got that.
I already got the hotel room. I already got everything. All she has to do is get her ass there.
I knew Arlena's not gonna let me miss, even if I can't go. She'll be like, "Bitch, get on that plane.
I will get a rental car and drive and pick your ass up."
Yeah, so she's gonna make me be there. So I guess that's a yes. I'll be there. Mark, the infinitely tired, also known as Fortune Cookie, also known as Pew Pew. Hello, good evening. Pew, pew. Let's see. Who let that crazy bitch in? Okay. Pod Resting Palpatine.
My master. Hello, my master.
Queek Quack Jen made the Jedi way. Oh, look at Gun Bunny throwing out hearts. That's awesome. Joker voice. Hello, Mr. J. Good to see you, Puddin'. Mwah. We've got Claude Sailing. How are you doing tonight? We've got JP. Hey, it is good to see you. Apollomes. And you know Truck Dog is not far behind. Hello, Apollomes.
Hi, Apollomes.
Project Cambrian. Hello. Good.
Oh, my God.
We can't. We
are not going there tonight. Although this show is the taint of
my existence.
Oh, my God. I'm mad that we just said the same thing.
If y'all want to see a show that is about everything and nothing for an hour and a half, go check out Backtube Saturday nights stream. That's all I'm gonna say. That's all I'm gonna say. And they taint right. They tain't right. That's all I'm saying too.
It tain't right in least.
Arlene is ready to fucking go. Let's
Yeah.
go. All right. I think, it skipped on me. Hang on. I think I got everybody. Let me just make sure. Decepticons, hey, good to see you here. And Monkey Jeebus, hello to you too. Good evening, gentlemen. Zombie Box Reviews, hello. We are glad you are here suffering with the rest of us because misery loves company. We appreciate that. Let's see. Meatman 419. Okay, yeah. Somebody said there's Tolkien fans and there's token fans. And I thought that was very appropriate. I think that was on someone in the chat on Loki's. It was either yesterday or Friday. I can't remember. All the days are kind of blurring in, but yep, you got it, especially since it's just where the hell are they in the timeline? We don't know. We're trying to find out. It is. And Leia Rose. Hello, Leia.
Hi,
it's
Leia.
Good to see you tonight. Mary.
Hi, Mary.
How are you? It is good to see you too. And I am scrolling. I think I got everyone. I just want to make sure. I hate missing anyone. I really do. If I have missed
Project
you,
Cambrian.
I got him. Got him.
Oh,
We
you
said
did?
hey to.
Oh,
Yeah.
I'm just looking at his LOL. I'm evil. Well, Diet Coke evil. Just 1 calorie, not even enough.
Oh, thank you, Chris. Oh, thanks, Arlena. Don't take no back talk from Auren. Make sure she gets there.
Oh, you don't have to worry about that. Remember, we are thing 1 and thing 2.
Yeah. She'll get me there. Oh, Dave Bob. Hey, Dave Bob.
Hey, Dave Bob.
See you tonight. And T-shirted historian.
What? T-shirted historian is here too. All right.
T-shirt, honey. It is so good to see you. All right. I think we got everyone. If anybody comes in, we will be sure and highlight you, say hello, give our Megavanins, give our love, all that good stuff. Now, okay, let me turn the light on because I need all the lightness and brightness and sunniness I can get in my room right now. I have watched this show twice. Episode.
I thought I was a martyr.
I was going to actually take notes, like really detailed notes, and get down to the nitty gritty. And 15, 20 minutes in, I put my pen and my paper down and I said, what the hell, y'all? I don't get it. I can't even figure out where the hell they are to compare it to Tolkien's work, which tells you something. If you can't even connect the dots, then it just tells you this is a standalone story. This is not Tolkien. This is their own. We're going to take these names. We're going to take his name. We're going to piggyback on his work. And we're going to hope the built-in fan base comes and doesn't notice.
Yeah. Yeah, the whole time I'm watching it, I'm looking at it and I'm like, this doesn't feel like Lord of the Rings. This doesn't feel like Tolkien. I mean, I haven't read it. It's been many, many moons since I've read it. I read it in high school. So it's been a long time since I read it. But I did watch the movies when they came out. But it's just, it doesn't feel like the Lord of the Rings, like Tolkien's work. I don't know what it feels like, but it damn sure doesn't feel like Tolkien.
I don't know if they were going for, all flash and no stash, so to speak. All pictures and pretties and no substance, or if they really genuinely are trying to make something special. This show is an enigma to me in every way and in the worst possible ways as far as what is it about? It's not standing on its own vision. It's not standing on its own 2 feet because it's not even good enough to do that.
Is it worse if they're sort of phoning it in, or if they're trying their best?
See, Louise, I can't tell.
We don't know, Louise. That's the
I
problem.
cannot. I hear that dialogue and I see that Galadriel sneer and I check out.
Yeah.
I just check out. I'm like, okay, everything is so two-dimensional. And I'm not even talking, Mario two-dimensional or, any kind of those old video games where everything was two-dimensional, where at least it's enjoyable to watch. This is just like, everything's right on the surface.
Yeah.
There's nothing, there's no roots, there's nothing you can dig deep into. And I tried. Like I said, I had my pen, I had my paper, I was going to take my notes, I was going to get into, okay, let's really look at this and let me try and be objective and try. I was just like, I can't do it because there's nothing there for me to grab onto with both hands and say, okay, here's the meat of the show. This is what they're trying to say. I may not agree with it. I may not like it, but at least I see their vision. I don't see a vision, but an annoying ass heroine and, women be strong, men be poussoirs. I mean, that's all I see.
A lot more was happening in this episode, and I was having trouble paying attention to it. It was losing me at every stage.
It was. And let's see. Okay, when they started, I'm trying to let's see if I can start at the beginning. Again, I didn't even care enough to make a timeline out as far as where we were in the show. I just did not care. I believe Galadriel and Discount Aragorn, they get rescued and they're on the ship going into Numenor. And she's like, where am I? What are we doing? What's going on? And the sea captain comes in and he's like, oh, my lady, what's a member of the Eldar? Blah, blah, blah. And I'm like, one, no, she's not. Not this Galadriel. There is nothing Eldarish about her at all, or any of the elves. None of the elves are otherworldly. None of the elves are of the race elf. They all act and look like humans as far as I'm concerned. There's nothing special about them. They're just as grubby, just as gross, just as ugly as the rest of us. Okay. They're not these ethereal beings set down to Middle Earth to bring the light of the stars to the lesser beings. No, they're just as gross. Okay. So anyway, and then he's like, where are we going? And he's like, I'm not going to answer any questions. That's for my betters to do. And what does she do? She starts barreling into questions.
How dumb.
What? Yes, Dave Bob, and she's short. You know what I'm saying? All the elves look like humans that they stuck pointed ears on. That's pretty much it. And that was not an elf. They are a race. They have their own characteristics. They have their own bearing. They have their own culture, everything. You don't see that in the show.
Nope.
But all right, let's get y'all's take. Louise, we'll start with you. What did you think on an overview of this particular episode?
Everyone was so dislikable. I just, from the minute that she walks on, Galadriel, she's horrible, and her behaviour does not fit the situation. And just when you think that you're never going to find a character in there that you like, they go somewhere else, and they're even more horrible.
Yeah.
Did you care about what happened to any of them at all?
I kind of cared about the guy that was killed by the bees because nobody else did.
Oh, the idiot?
Yeah.
Okay, the scene, y'all, where Snorlax or whatever the hell his name is, with the Hobbit leader.
Snorlax.
I don't know what's his name. Sarlacc. I don't remember his name. Anyway, leader guy. Okay, Old Faithful, whatever the hell y'all want to call him. It's the fall. It's supposed to be the harvest, and they're getting ready to caravan out and take all their milkweed on their heads and their grasses and their grubbiness, and they're getting ready to move on. Little Harfoots, all right. And he's up there, and I expected him to start with Bilbo's speech. That was another thing that annoyed me. All these little toss outs to Tolkien, which just annoyed the shit out of me, and I'll get to that in a minute. But yeah, he's up there and he's remembering, the book of those who were left behind and who were passed on and all this. Basically, these dead Harfoots. Okay. And they're more, the one that was killed by a wolf and the two that were killed by the landslide of 1554 or whatever. And, the one who fell down a mountain, the one who, a sculpture toppled her. I don't know what the hell, but the one who ate the sunshine yellow berries. So don't eat yellow berries, y'all. Okay.
I
It'll
thought it was
kill you.
just yellow snow.
Yeah, that at least I would have gotten a laugh out of that.
Right.
Yeah. We had Miss Violet. Yeah, she ate the yellow snow and died. I would have at least gotten a laugh out of that.
Right?
Valiant. Yeah, we are. We're suffering.
Mhm.
We are suffering.
Yes.
But then they get to this little Harfoot that got killed by bees, and everyone starts laughing. And he's like, well, he was an idiot. Because bees, death by bees is so funny. I'm like, whatever. Hey, Max.
Hey, Max.
Yeah, you got it, honey. It is painfully boring and comical with a lack of common sense. It has all. Yeah, it does. So, anyway, shit. See, I was so bored with the show. I don't even know where the hell I was going with all that. But Louise, you had mentioned the guy with the bees. Yeah, he was the most entertaining character.
The only one that I cared about it because nobody else did. That's all. You can't. There's no one. They're all very dislikable.
Oh, shoot, sorry.
That's her phone for her kids. Mommy. Yeah. So we have them. Let's see. Galadriel, of course, oh God, now my cats are fighting. What a night, y'all. They're all feeling the pressure of the show. Nobody's happy with it. Galadriel is just insufferable. When they get her into Numenor, they take her in to go see the queen. And I will say, when they're sailing into Numenor, that is beautiful.
Yes.
That, I think, is where a lot of their money went, because that scenery is gorgeous. Although I think they were trying to make the Citadel look a little too much like Minas Tirith, but that's just my opinion. When you look up and you see that long walk, that long dais that they have, and then you see the little Citadel, and then you see the, the trees and everything. I'm like, okay, I see you, but all right, whatever. So they go in there, and she's about to meet the Queen Regent. And you've got, discount Aragorn telling her basically, and the cheap, whatever. We find out who he is, but the ship's captain, they're like, look, we're going to go see the queen, be cool. Apparently the Numenorians now hate the elves. Okay.
And
sure.
Where the hell did that come from?
They hate the elves. It's even though their first king, who ruled for 400 years, was Elros half-elven, who chose a mortal life, but he was still a damn half-elf, was still elven. He chose to walk the path of mortality, but they hate the elves. So, all right. So, ladies, let me ask you, okay? If you are going into a place that you're not going to be liked, and you've got no money, no clothing, no shoes, no way home, and your ass is getting dragged to see the ruling royalty, what sense does it make to be a total bitch to the ruling royalty who holds your fate in your hands?
I guess if you're fucking the bestest bitch ever, then you can do that.
Yeah. If you're Galadriel, she waltzes in there, and the queen is basically like, that's an end up doing a month's time. But, I think the queen is starting out, at least she's not like send her to the dungeons right away. But she's like, okay, who are y'all? And what are you doing in my kingdom? Well, Galadriel starts off, I am daughter of this, and I am house of that, and I am commander of this. Fuck you, monarch. Right off the bat, she has a major attitude.
Yeah. And no diplomacy.
None at all. And that continues through here, even to the point of almost threatening her with, like, you can't keep me here. If I want to go, I'm going to go. And if I had been the queen, I would have been like, okay, if you're the chick from this and this and this and this, I would have thought you should have learned some manners and some protocol. So maybe you can cool your heels in my dungeon for a week or two. How about that, bitch?
Mm-hmm. And why is she the queen regent?
I don't know.
Where is the king?
Okay, well, the king, they took because apparently the king was sympathetic to the elves and still loyal to them, so they stuck him in a tower somewhere.
I thought that was a different time. What the hell? This is so confusing. This shit makes no sense.
It doesn't. It doesn't. He's still alive. He's just been deposed because he didn't want to tear down the Citadel or no, sorry, not Citadel, the Hall of Lore that's got all their history in it and still talks about how the elves and the men came together and Numenor was formed and blah, 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 blah.
Did they explain all that, though, or did I miss it?
Did they what?
Did they actually explain that?
Missed it. Yeah.
Well, the second time I watched it, y'all, I had subtitles on this time. I did. I had subtitles on because I'm like, I don't know any names. I don't give a shit. What are they saying? So I had subtitles on. And Sea Captain turns out to be Elendil. Yes, that Elendil of Gondor. Okay. King of Gondor. But now he's a ship's captain. So, all right, whatever. When he takes Galadriel to the House of Lore, he's telling her all that. He explains that, the king is still loyal to the elves and he's in a tower now or living out his days and in peace. But yes, they wanted to tear the House of Lore down, which is stupid because it has all their history in it. But who cares about that? But he saved it.
Yeah, we got to erase the history to create our own. Yeah. That doesn't make sense.
Oh God, isn't that kind of isn't that rich considering that's exactly what the show is doing? Tearing down the mythos and the history that Tolkien already lined out, dotted every I, crossed every T, left no stone unturned, but yet we're going to do it our way because we can do it better.
Yeah.
So yeah, but that's where the king is. So that's his daughter. So she's ruling as regent in his stead. And everybody's okay with it because they all hate the elves. It's never explained why there's animosity between the men of Numenor and the elves right now. They never get to that. No. That's why I'm like, where the hell is this in the timeline? And what are we doing here?
Yeah. And it's like, okay, she's the queen, the regent, which, so she's supposed to be his daughter?
Yeah, she's supposed to be the king's daughter.
So what happened to his wife?
Arlena, you're asking questions that make sense. And none of the show makes any sense. I guess she's dead. I guess she's dead. I don't know. They never mention her.
If it's going by what is it? Primogeniture? Isn't that what it's called? Primogeniture. It wouldn't even have gone to her as a daughter. It would have gone to the next male relative. But then that makes sense. I'm sorry. It makes sense. I'm sorry.
Sorry. And no, it's not Elros. Yeah, no. Elros is long gone by this point because when they go into the Hall of Lore, they show a tapestry. And it's Elros on one side with the men of Numenor, and then it's Doogie Howser Elrond on the other side with the elves, because they basically in Tolkien's lore, Elrond chose immortality. He chose to live the life with the elves, and he ends up becoming, of course, Lord of Rivendell, and father of Arwen and her twin brothers, and blah 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 blah. Elros, his brother, chose the path of mortality, so he ends up becoming the first king of Numenor, and he reigns for 400 years. That's Tolkien. That's basic Tolkien lore. But they never really explain that. Galadriel's just like, I knew him. I knew Elros, but I was always closer with his brother.
Oh, pod racing Palpatine. Exactly. That's my other point. The queen regent would be the king's wife, and the king would have to appoint her as the regent. That's why I'm like, this is supposed to be his daughter? That just doesn't make any sense.
Louise, am I wrong? Did you catch that it was supposed to be his daughter? I thought she said my father, but
no, daughter, definitely.
It is okay. Yeah.
So she wouldn't even be a queen regent. That just That makes those. Do they not even know how royalty works? I'm an American,
Bye, Joker
but
Boy.
I do have my degree is in medieval English history, so it kind of makes sense that I would know how royalty works, but
Uh-huh.
that shit just
Right.
doesn't make sense.
Yeah, because
Fucking
I always thought a
shit.
regent was for
Oh,
somebody when they
ca-
were gone fighting wars, that person was put in charge. Usually, like you said, like when Henry VIII was out fighting France, Catherine became queen regent in his stead. Or when there was a
no,
child who was
she
not
was the queen. She was still the queen, but she was regent in his stead. She
right,
wasn't
right,
she wasn't called queen regent. She was queen, but she was regent while he
right. I mean,
was
she was in that
in
role. She
absentia.
was in that
Mhm,
role when he was gone. And from what I
mhm.
understand, she did a really good job too. But yeah, I can't get this. Hey Saj, how you doing? Welcome
No,
tonight.
Leia, she is not queen regent. She is queen consort.
Yes. Yeah. Regent isn't that usually one who rules over the practices of a monarch when they are not available? They're
Yeah,
either at
so
war or
it
underage or whatever, infirm. I
perfect
don't know.
perfect example is George the Third when he was going through his crazy spells. George the Fourth was regent. He was the Prince of Wales, so he was regent, acting as king in everything but name while his
Mhm.
father was ill. He was regent over the kingdom. He was still only a prince, but he was regent, acting as king.
Right. Excuse me. And Palpatine, we have no idea where the hell this guy is. I don't know if he's I think he's in a tower somewhere on
Yeah,
an
that
island. I don't know.
and
I
he's supposed to be a king, but well, and the other guy that the captain is supposed to be a king as well, or some. I don't know what the hell is he supposed to be.
He's going to be
Ellen,
the king of Gondor, isn't he?
yeah, he is in Tolkien's world. He was the king of Gondor. He was Isildur's dad, and he is the line from which Aragorn is descended from. Because remember, in Jackson's film, and hell yeah, I'm going to refer to Jackson's film because it's a hell of a lot more true to Tolkien's vision than this mess.
Yeah,
But when he's sitting there and they're at the gates of Mordor, and you hear that whispering coming from over the flaming eye and Sauron and everything, and they're like Elendil, Elendil, Elendil. That's who Aragorn ends up becoming, is the next Elendil, because that was his forefather. That was the king of the great king of Gondor, the high king of Gondor.
hmm
And now he's a friggin' ship's captain, and Isildur is getting ready to go into in 9 days take his seafaring test to become a sailor.
Have you noticed though, every time they say one of those names, there's a dramatic pause. It's like I've taken to looking up anyone that they pause on. So, oh, he's
Yes,
obviously relevant.
and they roll all the R's. They roll all Isildur, Numenor, Galadriel. It's like, stop with the affectation of rolling your damn R's. We
they
get it.
just they just like ruffles have ridges.
It's just okay. If I took a shot for every damn time they'd roll their R's, I would have been drunk halfway through this episode.
Right.
And
Mhm.
it gets to where once you notice it, you can't not hear it.
Yep.
Mhm.
And they're all rolling their damn R's, and it's like, oh my god, I'm just. Does that
Okay.
make you sound lofty? Does that make you sound more Tolkienish? I don't know.
Well, and can I just say, what the hell sense did it make to give us two? So we have two primary scenes that we're watching. The one with the elf dude being held by the orcs and forced to dig a tunnel of some sort, and
God.
then with Galadriel and her crap that's going on in Numenor, and then what 45 minutes in when you only got like 15-20 minutes left of the story, they throw us over to the damn Harfoots. What sense does that make? If you're gonna throw them in the beginning and implement it, you know, like you're doing the other two, implement it all the way through for the hour and 10 minutes of suffering. But no,
Yeah.
you got to throw them in. It makes no sense. Why are you doing it this way? That is so stupid. Just include them in the next show. And
That yeah,
I,
I
I,
agree
I
with
mean,
that.
there's no continuity to it. There's no sense in how they're breaking up the story.
Mhm.
It, ugh.
I know it breaks your brain. It breaks your brain. And oh my God, you love when Snorlax there and the little Harfoots. He's tramping through the weeds,
Oh
and
God.
he's like, nobody strays off the path, and nobody gets left behind. And then they're gonna freaking leave Thing One's
Yeah.
family behind back of the
Yeah.
caravan. I'm like,
Hmm.
oh, nobody gets left behind, huh? Unless you get out of line, and then it's like, bye, see ya. Wouldn't want
Oh,
to be
that's
ya.
yeah. That's what I wanted to say too. You know, I gave him credit in the first couple of episodes with the scenery and how nice it looked. This
Mm-hmm.
episode had some nice scenery too. But
Yeah.
can I just say, where the hell did they spend all this money at? Because that tapestry was the cheapest looking tapestry I've ever seen. And
Yeah.
that dog was the worst CGI dog I've
Oh
ever
my
seen in
god!
my
Oh my
life.
god! Pepe. It's Pepe from Yo Quiero Taco Bell. Y'all remember that
Yeah.
commercial?
Yo
Let me
quiero
see if I
Taco
can.
Bell.
Okay, Louise sent me something that was so beautiful. Let me see if I can pull it up. I don't know if I can. Let's see. Share because it's on my Chrome tab. Where's my Discord? Where's my Discord? Where the hell's my Discord? Oh, that would be Windows. My Discord. Okay.
Yeah, okay. So if
I
you're
don't know if
gonna
I
make
can
a
get it big
tapestry,
enough.
that's what she said. But if
Uh,
you're gonna but if you're gonna do a tapestry, I mean, for crying out loud, tapestries
Crap,
from
it
at
won't show it.
Hampton Court Palace that from Henry VIII's reign from the 1500s are still gorgeous and look beautiful to this day.
Right.
And that looked like a cartoon.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was the first time I saw it, I was like, it's a friggin' chihuahua on steroids. Louise, I can't share it, but she sent me this picture. It had the face of that warg, and then it had the friggin' face of the nothing from Never Ending Story. Y'all remember the
Oh my
nothing
God.
where he's in the cave and he's
Yeah.
talking
Oh my
to
God.
Atreyu
Yep.
and then he starts snarling? That
Hmm.
looked better than this
Hmm.
mess. And how old is that movie? 82, 83,
Yeah.
84, something like that? No,
Early 80s. Yeah.
86, I think. 85. I don't know.
I'd thought that with the troll, to be honest, in the first episode, because I remember thinking, well, it kind of looks like a Henson puppet, but hey, I grew up with them. I like them. I don't mind. By the
Yeah.
time we got to this one and you see those stills, oh my god, that's awful.
Snarling
It's so
chihuahua.
bad. It is so bad. And it's like, what was your budget on these? Where did you spend this money? Because it's not on their outfits. It's not on the costumes.
It's sure as
No.
hell not on the
It's
dialogue
not on hair and makeup. It's not on the writing.
or the acting
It's
coaches.
it's not obviously on the CGI. Did you spend all your money to make sure that the backgrounds were beautiful? Because that's the only credit you're getting from me right now.
Yeah.
Oh, and that was another thing. Galadriel pulled a friggin' knife. Wasn't
Oh
it
my
on the
God.
captain? Wasn't it on
Yeah.
Elendil?
Yeah.
He
Yeah.
had her knife, rightfully so. Brought her up on board. Don't know if she's friend or foe. He took her friggin' dagger. He had a right to do that. It's his ship. He is the one responsible for the safety of the men in his crew.
Hmm.
So he snarfed a dagger. Okay. Well, discount Aragorn steals it back and gives it to her. And she pulls it on Elendil. She pulls it on the one who saved her. And everything is fine though when he mentions they have a house of lore, and she's like, "Oh my god, you have a house of lore? Take me there." And then, oh my god, y'all. Okay, this I think I can share. I don't know why it wasn't letting me share my Discord.
Uh,
Here we go.
can I just say the horses were pretty?
Oh, the horses were beautiful. Horses
I'll
were
give.
gorgeous.
Okay, they spent. I know. They spent all their money on getting the horses. That's what it was.
Y'all, look. She's baring her teeth. Look at that face.
My God, what the hell?
If that's her smile, let her continue to frown.
Yeah, yeah.
Because that scene where she's riding on that horse, which the horse was gorgeous. The horse was my favorite of the entire episode.
And they did it in slow motion. What
I
the
know it.
fuck?
I
What
know it.
was the point of that?
This is not a friggin' Harlequin romance novel.
I was waiting for what's the guy's name? Uh the one on all the Harlequin novels.
Fabio,
Fabio to pop out somewhere. Yeah.
I can't believe this is not butter spray. Him.
Yeah. I was waiting for it to pan over and he's on top of a hill and she's going towards him.
Thank you, Palpatine. Okay. See, we don't know where the hell they are in this timeline. It's all over the place. I can't figure it out. I tried to piece it together and say, all right, at least this is kind of where we are and this is what they're trying. No, it's just what the hell? It is all over the place. It is awful.
It's so bad. Ugh.
Let's see. Did anybody in the Queen's Court notice Discount Aragorn handing the knife over to Galadriel, the Queen Regent?
Oh no, we lost Louise.
We lost Louise. Queen Regent was literally looking right at her.
Yeah.
Well,
literally looking right at them.
I guess everybody's stupid except Galadriel and Discount Aragorn. That's my take on it. Everybody's dumb except Elendil. He's not dumb, but they're already making him look, with his angsty teenage son and teenage daughter. I don't give a shit about his son and his daughter. I really don't. Not that Isildur. I care nothing about that Isildur. And I don't care nothing about the Builders Guild daughter.
Yeah.
Whatever whatever hell her name is. We'll just call her Hot Chick because everyone thinks she's hot. Okay, Hot Chicken Orange. There you go.
I kind of liked the captain. I kind of liked his character. And then it's like, oh my God, every time you see him, he's around her. And it's like, get away from her. She's,
yeah.
I just want to, I kind of vomit in my mouth every time she's on this TV screen.
She is the most unappealing heroine ever.
Well, I don't know. Might be a toss-up between her and She-Hulk. Just saying.
All right, fair enough. I have not seen She-Hulk. I have no desire to watch it because just the clips that I've seen annoy the shit out of me. They already annoy me, and I'm like, I'm already investing my time in this show. I don't need to take on two of them.
I'm sorry, what Chris Purser wrote.
Let's see.
No.
The horse?
Galadriel used a one-time spell of invisibility. That's why nobody saw it.
Oh my God. Yes.
Oh my God.
Oh, t-shirt says what? You don't like Galadriel? Don't you feel empowered by her scowling and delivering lines like she's got an acute yeast infection happening? I tell you what, she's got something happening. And it's nothing that has to do with grace. It's nothing that has to do with beauty. It's nothing that has to do with nobility. It's nothing that has to do with wisdom. It's nothing that has to do with knowledge. It's nothing that has to do with magic.
Nope.
None of that.
Okay, Gabriel, that's probably why she was smiling. It was a custom-made paddle.
Yes. Oh, but my God, if that's what she looks like when that, wow. Okay, more power to you, Celeborn. You put up with a lot. But he's not even in here yet. So, again, timeline, I don't know when the hell she meets him. But right now, she's digging on Discount Aragorn, so Celeborn may be out of the picture. We may not even get a Celeborn. And if we don't, then we're not going to get a wife for Elrond, and Arwen and the twin boys are never going to be born. So Aragorn won't get his Arwen, and they won't have their sons, And you see what's happening? So they're going to do whatever the hell it is that they want. Saj, the snarl really did it for me. I call that a Polish smile.
Oh my God.
Chris says, T-shirt, if you had to swim thousands of miles while having to carry your dagger down there, you'd be scowling afterwards.
Hey,
Arwen's rings are global. Hey, awesome.
Oh my gosh.
But I did have to laugh at one scene though, because I thought of Arlena. When thing 1 and thing 2 were talking.
I knew it. I knew it.
You know what I'm gonna say. And
I know exactly what you're gonna say.
You know, one on a serious note, you know, thing 2 is basically like, you know, or she's like, you know, why do you have to do this thing 1? Why is it your responsibility to look after old boy who fell from the sky? And, you know, thing 1 is like, you know, because there's head sense and there's heart sense. And, you know, I'm going with my heart sense. And thing 2 is like, yeah, and there's common sense and nonsense. And this isn't your problem. Now Arlena has I don't know how many times she's told me, Arwen, get out of your head. Get out of your head. And that's when I say I get in my head, that means I'm letting my emotions take over, and it's clouding my judgment on things. It's clouding my ability to see, you know, reasonably and logically. And I'm boo-hooing to her, and she's like, bitch, get out of your head. This is how it is. So that seed, but also the fireweed, put in, you know, little hobbits toe cream. That's Arlena. Yes. That's Arlena. She'd be the one to put fireweed in somebody's toe cream.
But you know what?
With their friends.
But the difference there is if we were really thing 1 and thing 2, and you would have said that to me, I would have been like, well, go ahead. I'll tell her. You want me to go ahead and tell her? Let's go. Let's go right now. Let's go tell her.
All right. I'll do it. I'll kind of bitch. I'll do it. I'll put that fireweed in your toe cream. You mess with my friends here. Hey, Tickle Trunk.
Hey, Mr. Tickle Trunk.
Yeah, I gotta admit, again, I saw, oh God, Arlene, I see that correlation. I was thinking, I see it. But you know what pissed me off? You know what really pissed me off is all
the whole
these
show.
Yeah, the whole show. But all these little nuggets that they're trying to drop to draw in real Tolkien fans. Like when you got thing 1's dad and her mom sitting there, and the dad's talking to the mom, and he's like, when I lost Rose, it was so hard. I almost shut down, and then I saw you, Marigold. I saw you. I'm like, you took the names of Rosie Cotton and her daughter Marigold, and you stuck them in the show. What? We're supposed to go, oh, look, that's paying homage to Rosie Cotton, Gamgee, and her and Samwise's daughter, Marigold, who ends up being mayor of Hobbiton. Yay! Isn't that wonderful?
Oh
no.
My gosh.
That pissed me off. And I saw it several times, but I didn't write them down because I couldn't give a shit. Oh, at one point, they pretty much plagiarized what was it? The monologue of Fellowship, where Galadriel's talking about, you know, how the nations were scattered, divided, and leaderless.
Oh, yeah. Mm-hmm.
Fucking plagiarized that. And I guess they thought, well, Galadriel can say it because she said it in Fellowship of the Ring at the beginning. No, that's No. You cannot do that.
Okay. Yes,
those are not
Palpy.
your words to use.
Okay, Palpy. Yeah, I was like, a daughter who runs too fast and a son who runs blind. You have the eyes of both. What the fuck does that mean?
I mean, she's a dumbass bitch who can't see where she's going. That's the way I took it, and I thought that was right on the money. Right on the money.
Like what? What?
Yeah. T-shirt. They're trying to member berry so hard for the Lord of the Ring films that the writers have a copy of the films permanently embedded in their rancid crevices. I agree, and it's pissing me off. Like, if you're going to do an original show and you're going to spin on Tolkien, then don't mind Jackson's films for your bullshit.
No. Don't do it. That's what I was laughing at. I'm sorry.
Galadriel outboard motor legs.
You know, I kind of wish he would have just let her drown at this point.
Oh, hey, Adega. Hey, Adega.
Hey, Adega.
Good to see you. Oh, they're dropping nuggets all right, but it ain't gold. It's not. It's not even chicken nuggies from McDonald's, y'all. It's like old, rancid, poopy nuggets.
Ugh.
Oh God. But yeah, okay.
Rabbit nuggets.
Back to the Harfoots. All right. So they're at this harvest festival and they're honoring those that, apparently were left behind. And then you got, old boy who fell from the sky, not Gandalf. He's over there and, thing one stole that book that had the stars in it and gave it to him. Well, I guess, old boy doesn't know how fire works because he catches the paper on fire and then he goes all Frankenstein fire bad and is stumbling around and it freaks out the little Harfoots and then the jig is up. She's busted. Okay, there's a stranger in their midst. And to her credit, she does not throw thing two under the bus. Okay, she's like, this is all me. I found him.
Now that would be either one of us. That would be, we would take the fall and not rat the other one out.
Absolutely, because you got all Snorlax there who's like, well, actually it's one of his wives. She sticks her big hook nose in it and she's like, well, we have rules and you broke the rule and blah, blah, must be banished. Blah, blah, blah. And he's like, bitch, please calm down. She's young. Thing one is young. She doesn't know the ways of the world. She's stubborn. She's got her head in the clouds, but, back up, go make me a sandwich and let me deal with this. Okay. But then he puts them at the back of the caravan, which is the most vulnerable position. Oh, yay, Louise is back. Hey, Louise.
Yay!
Hello. Wonderful UK broadband.
Oh, yeah.
It must be like California's power grid.
Yeah, or my town. Sorry. We're always dropping internet. It just sucks. But anyway, yeah, he puts them in the back. And, thing one's dad, of course, has got a messed up ankle because they were erecting that tent and that pole fell on it. And he can barely walk. And, everyone's horrified because that's I bet that's where that guy got attacked by bees. I bet he was at the back of the caravan and probably, rolled over a hornet's nest or something. They probably died. So they're really upset about that. Okay. And, it's a big deal amongst, the milkweed and the foliage and everyone's all upset because they got a ride in the back. And I'm like, that's really nice. So, okay, it's time to leave. And they're like, we can't do it. We can't do it. Because, there's hurt dad, there's mama, there's thing one, and then there's little baby thing.
Yeah. And I'm sorry, but real quick, talking about that, hurt dad, didn't that just happen like a couple of days ago? How is he already walking?
I wondered that too. How much time has actually passed?
It seemed to be a few days, didn't it?
A few days.
Yeah.
So he's still it looked bad, y'all.
Yeah, it did.
Looked bad. It looked like he is not going to be able to walk on this thing for a few weeks, kind of bad. And yet there he is hobbling around on his crutch like, it's just a slight boo-boo. Give me a Band-Aid and I'll be fine. Hey, give me some of that milkweed on your head. I'll just wrap it around with the weeds and I'll be all right. No. So, yeah, well, they go and they're, they're watching the caravan. And of course they can't draw their carriage or whatever the hell it is. What is it? They're home and they're watching the others, walk away. And thing two comes up and she's just all upset. And thing one's like, no, you'll be left behind. Go, go, go. And then you got old boy. He gets up and he comes out and he looks at thing one and is like, friend. Like Odo from Labyrinth. Sarah, friend.
No, you know what he reminded me of when he did that? All I can think of was Game of Thrones. Ho-de-do, ho-de-do.
Ho-do. Friend. So he's gonna pull their little carriage for them. And they're just like, oh.
No, he's not pulling it. He's pushing
what is he doing? Pushing it. I'm sorry. He's pushing it.
He's pushing it.
That's right. We have to be specific because they sure as hell are. He's
yeah.
pushing it.
pushing it from behind.
Ludo, not Odo. Odo. God, I'm thinking Deep Space Nine. Ludo. Thank you, Cambrian. Ludo. So bad. Sarah Friend.
Or like oh God, what's his name from Goonies?
Oh, okay. I don't. Yeah, I know what you're talking about.
Hey, you guys.
So now, not Gandalf, old boy who fell from the sky, is now their pet. That's kind of the way. Mom, can we keep him? Well, as long as he can push the caravan, dear, sure. He's their
Right?
pet. Just like Candy Graham for Gandalf. All right, so let's go to the last group of people that we have dealing with here are the elves that have been taken to an orc encampment. And all I could think when I'm watching this scene is, I don't know if y'all have seen Lion King 1.5.
Yeah.
Dig, Katana. Dig. How do you break a hole? That's all I could think of. With the freaking orcs, making those tunnels, those upground tunnels. Oh my God. And these elves, y'all, I'm sorry. Look, I love humanity. I think humans are beautiful, wonderful beings. I really do. I'm glad to be one. I'm so glad to be on this green earth and to be a human and all of the human sensibilities that goes with it.
Mhm.
But damn it, looking at those elves who couldn't even handle a couple of orcs. I'm like,
Yeah.
where are the elves of Middle Earth, y'all? These look stinky. They look like I said, they look like humans with pointed ears stuck on them.
Okay. And who the hell shot him with the arrows? Where the hell
His
did
name
those
was
come
Sloth.
from?
Thank you, Raj. You're thinking of
Eh,
Sloth.
Yeah, that's who it was. But where the hell did they come? Because he's standing there and he has one in his chest, and then he turns and the other one comes and hits him in the chest. And it's like, where the fuck are these arrows coming? Who's shooting the arrows? It's not the orcs because they can't be in the sunshine.
Right.
What the hell? Please, somebody explain this to me. Make it make sense. Can anybody do that? Can anybody do that? I don't think anybody can. It makes zero sense.
No. And y'all remember, think about the elves, and they're what I call, they have a liquid fighting style.
Mhm.
It's very
Yeah.
fluid, it's very graceful, it's deadly because they know exactly all the places that can be pierced. And when they know how to get there, and they kill one person, and then it's like a ballet, they spin around and they get another, and
Mhm.
it's like a dance.
Yeah.
Like
Watching the
old
elves in
boy with
Jackson's
his
film is like a dance.
damn arrows and
Yeah.
Legolas with his arrows. It was so fluid and just ooh, and I'm just doing the movements while I'm talking to y'all. You can't see me, but I'm doing
Just flowing, just
like
flow with the baby.
yeah.
Yeah.
But it was so graceful.
And they fought Balrogs. Multiple Balrogs. And to see these old dudes, these humany elves who can't even handle the freaking the way they did their legs and flip that chains. Shit, I could do that more gracefully.
Yeah.
It was painful to watch. And I'm like, this is Middle Earth's elite. This is Middle
Yeah.
Earth's elite right here, being taken down by some grubby orcs in the sunlight on top of it.
And I'm sorry. When did all orcs learn how to talk? I didn't know they could all talk.
They all talk the
Am I
common tongue.
wrong? Okay, am I wrong in this? I
Well,
could be
in
very
England,
wrong.
apparently, because they're sort of Cockney-ish.
Yes. I'm just saying I was not aware that orcs, I mean, one or
No.
two of them, yeah, but I didn't know they could all talk.
I was just waiting for one of them to go, oh, look at those legs. They don't need them. They sure look tasty. I was just waiting for it. And I'm like, you disappointed me because you already got the member berries, written out here. Why not go there with the orcs? But the whole water scene where the orc comes out, you've shown strength. I'm like, what freaking 10-year-old is writing this?
Okay, yeah, not only that, but then the last guy that's drinking the water, he barely grazes him. He barely nicks him,
Yeah.
and he dies. It's like, okay, I understand that's where in humans, that's where the carotid artery is.
Mhm.
Elves are supposed to be a little bit different, but it was a scratch. It wasn't even a cut. My cat has done worse cuts on me
I know.
than that.
I am covered with little white, teeny tiny white silver scars all over my body from all the cat scratches I've had throughout the years.
Yeah.
So I hear you on that. But y'all, okay, they get into this big ruckus and they're flicking their leg chains that are, cuffed around their ankle. And then they get in a tug of war.
Oh my God.
With the orcs. It's like field day when I was a kid when we would play tug of war with a rope. And the orgs bring out the warg, which of course we said before looks like a friggin' chihuahua on steroids.
Look who showed up. Hey, Jester.
Stupidest thing. Jester! Hello! Hello! Good to see you.
'Tis but a flesh wound.
Yeah.
I mean, really, 'tis but a flesh wound. His whole arm was chopped off. Yet this dude gets a itty bitty scratch on his neck, and he's dead.
And he's dead. Stinky. Yeah, he's dead. These are the wimpiest ass elves I have ever seen. I would hate them too. That's why the Numenorians hate the elves, because they're poussoirs.
Yeah.
They're useless in a fight. So anyway, they have this big battle, and the one who stood up for them, okay, after Stinky dies, the one who stood up for them, he gets killed with the arrows. Where the hell the arrows are? I don't know. Okay. So, and then you've got, he's like, oh, that's another thing that reminded me of Frodo, is when Cool Ocean Boy, Elven Boy, he's like, finally after the big struggle and the elves lose miserably, he's like, I will do it. I will do it. He's going to go cut down the tree. That to me was a throwback to when Frodo said, I will take the ring to Mordor. I will do it, but I just do not know the way. And
there was a lot of little bits like that, wasn't there?
I was so annoyed. I'm just sitting there going, no, don't try and romance us with your bullshittery, because it's not going to happen. We see you. You are uncreative. You are disrespectful. You're boring. Your story is boring. It's all over the place. Your characters are annoying. We do not care about any of them. I have a little sympathy for old boy who fell from the sky, not Gandalf. And I have a little liking for Thing 1 and Thing 2. But that's about it. And Elendil.
But it's only because Thing 1 and Thing 2 remind you of me and you.
That's true. I will admit that. That is true. Very true.
I tell you how much I didn't like those elves. I didn't realize it was the same elves as the previous episode. I just assumed it was elves. And then I watched one of the reviews and people are saying, oh, obviously it's those. Oh, well, that makes sense.
Oh, it's all right, Jester. It's fine. I know about internet connection problems. Trust me.
Mm-hmm.
It is fine. We're just glad you're here.
Right.
A tug of war.
Oh my God.
Y'all.
Oh my gosh.
This is bad. This is bad.
It's so bad.
Again, even as a standalone story with no Tolkien attached to it at all, it's still bad.
It's still bad. It's so bad.
Weren't the elves though leaving to go back home? So how did the orcs that were in the other direction, taking villages hidden from them so far away they couldn't see them, get ahead of them to capture the elves and make more slaves?
I thought the only elves that were leaving, according to them at this point, were the ones who fought who fought with Galadriel, who fought with her. Basically, Gil-galad was going to send them off so they wouldn't stir up Sauron. But
Leaving Middle Earth.
maybe I'm mistaken.
No, I mean they were leaving the watchtower because they've been watching over the village for years.
Yeah, they were.
They're supposed to have left.
Yeah.
So
how they got caught, I have no idea.
And not only that, but why hasn't anybody realized, oh, where are they? Why aren't they back yet? Where did they go? What has happened to them?
You got me.
Let me look into I'm just waiting for an episode where somebody says, let me look into my crystal ball to see if I can see where they might be.
They can just ask the ocean because the ocean is always right.
The ocean is always right.
Oh God, the ocean is always right.
Oh my God, that was so cringy.
Come on, the sea is a cruel mistress is a better saying than the ocean is always right. And maybe the only one who could tell was old boy, and he's hanging out with Thing 1 and Thing 2. I don't know. I don't know why they haven't figured out they're gone.
But this is the whole thing too. Old boy was why didn't they just say, hey, let's just dig around the tree and say, hey, orcs, like he was saying to begin with, it's going to take way more time to go through the tree because it's so big and blah 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 blah.
Dig up the roots.
Why don't we just dig around it and then we can go straight? We could just do it's a cul-de-sac or something. I don't know. It'll be faster.
I have no idea. I guess because they wanted the big showdown and the big tug of war scene, and that they wanted to make Kulo-Should look like.
And they had to make sure that they had to make sure that we saw their really bad CGI.
God, that work. I'm like, no, my cats are more ferocious than that thing was. And they look better. They look better when they hiss and spit and bare their fangs. They look better than that thing. I'm
intimidating.
Afraid. More intimidating, yeah.
And I just think it's so funny that so the chick is the first one that goes at the dog. And she has a spear, and instead of running straight at it with the spear and going through it, she holds the spear up and runs towards it. How fucking stupid are you?
These elves are idiots. I'm telling you, they are not elves. And that's the problem when you do not take Tolkien's work for what it is and for what he wrote. This is the kind of mess you get. You get idiot elves. You get idiot elves.
Look at Asaj's comment. The way they're spending money, it might just be a magic 8-ball. Oh my God.
Damn straight. Jester says, I quote, look forward, quote, to the next depths to which they fall. So far, they surprise me with each episode. Each one has been worse than the last. How bad can it get? Well, well, now we know, though. We know that all the tattooing that Sauron has been doing is the Southlands. It's a friggin' map. And when Galadriel was like, I was an idiot to see it, I'm like, yeah, you were.
Yeah.
It's this calling card. He's friggin' tattooing people with a map.
Okay, and then so we're all in agreement. You're an idiot. Yes.
You are an idiot, Galadriel.
Oh, there's your sensei.
Sensei first.
Oh my God.
Good to see you, Sensei. Y'all. Okay, they went for the chopping down the tree because it was a memory to Jackson's trilogy where the orcs chopped down all the trees before Saruman created the Uruk-hai. Yep.
Okay, that's fine and dandy, but that wasn't orcs cutting down the tree.
No. It's the timeline is so confusing. Our hearts are bigger than our feet. Unless you fall behind, then screw you. Exactly. Exactly.
Nobody gets left behind unless you get left behind. It sucks to be you.
And they're gonna have to send for Dora the Explorer.
Dora the Explorer. I'm the map. I'm the map. I'm the map. I'm the map. I'm the map.
All right, y'all. Final thoughts. And what do you rate this? Start with
Oh,
Louise. What do you think?
I'm still kind of on the 3. I
Okay.
don't I don't I don't hate it because there's not enough there to hate.
Yeah, that's a good
It's
point.
not good. Um, and I'm having the same kind of experience as watching Discovery season 2, where I'm literally thinking, I know what they want me to feel. I'm not feeling anything.
Uh-huh.
So
Okay.
yeah, I think it could get worse, which might make it a better viewing experience.
oh my gosh.
All right. So you said a 3?
Yeah.
All right, we have 1 3. Arlena the Martyr, what do you say?
Do I have to give it a rating at all? Did I give it a rating last
You
week?
can
What
give
did
it
I
a
say?
negative if you want. You can give it a
I
negative
would
if you
give it a negative 10.
want.
Can I give it a negative infinity? That
Sure.
would do it. Negative infinity. That is
Okay.
my score because at least in the first episode there was in the first 2 episodes there was little things that I kind of liked but not really. Like the dwarf, I liked him and his wife and I believe that they were married. That was kind of good, but
Mhm.
I, it didn't give me anything aside from the scene, some of the scenery that was gorgeous. I'll give
Yeah.
them that. Some of the scenery was beautiful. Other than that, it's so bad and it's so boring. I just I really feel like a martyr watching this show.
Negative infinity.
Yes, yes, that's
Yes.
what I give it. A negative infinity. That's what the score is.
All right.
It's just so, oh my gosh, it's so cringy. And it's like they're trying to give us like they've been trying to do, give us a strong lead woman character. And all she ends up being is a stupid bitch that we hate.
Mm.
I can't stand her. I genuinely and Galadriel is one of my favorite characters.
Yeah, the
She's
one played by Kate
Kate.
Blanchett, wasn't it?
Mhm.
Yeah.
There's Arwen and then there's Galadriel. And I like Eowyn too, but there's just something about the magic of them and just the elegance and I love them because they are strong without having to be sword wielders. Oh my god, I can't even speak. Wielders.
But she
Eowyn
doesn't.
can wield the sword. She does that amazing, but
This Galadriel doesn't match up to Eowyn either, though, does she?
no.
Even
No.
No, because even Eowyn, she was still feminine. She was still a woman. She
yeah,
still had a woman's sensibility. She just did what she had to do.
And
yeah.
I'm sorry, Kate Blanchett is, and you guys, I'm strictly dickly, but I appreciate a woman's figure because I have a woman's figure.
Mhm.
Why can't she have tits?
No tits and ass. It seems to be written
I don't even care about the ass because we're
you
not
know,
really going to see that anyway with the clothing that they're wearing. But she
true.
has no tits.
No,
Even when she's wet and just been pulled out of the sea, it's completely flat.
itty bitty titty committee, right there. That
I mean,
she's the chairman of it. There's just
she said
yeah,
there's not even a training brawl.
nope, nope, nothing. And you don't even really notice because there's nothing there to notice. All right, I was gonna give it a 3 because I loved it when they were sailing into Numenor. I thought it was
Yeah, again,
beautiful, that
scenery.
scenery,
Yeah.
and I liked the
Mhm.
interaction between thing 1 and thing 2. I liked their little conversation about the heart sense and the common sense and the nonsense and the head sense. I was like, "Oh my god, yeah, I've had this conversation with Arlena, just in different words."
Yeah.
Okay, so that I could relate to because I'd experienced that. But I'm dropping it down to a 2 because of the fucking member berries that they tried to insult us with. I did.
Huge
I
insult.
found it insulting. I'm like, okay,
Mhm.
you're not going to honor this man's work, but yet you're going to pull from work that does.
Yeah.
Miss me with that nonsense. No, Muggle, please. No, not going to happen. I hated it. So I give it a 2. And the 2 is, like I said, just for the scenery and that interaction between the two things. But other than that, I'm like Jester. I'm looking forward to where it's going because honestly, I'm going to have my popcorn next week and I'm going to be ready for just a shit show, a dumpster fire. But so far, that's where it's been.
Yeah.
And Jester says, yeah, you can't have anything for the male gaze. And I mean, it's not that I'm saying, they need to have their ha-has out and bouncing around and
No,
boobies
but
here and boobies there. But
not at
just
all.
they're women. Let them look like women.
Let them look feminine.
We've
She
got them,
doesn't.
y'all. They're
Okay,
not going
so
anywhere.
and this is, I'm sorry because I know we're trying to wrap up, but this is one thing that bothered me. The whole time I was looking at her, she was so oh, what's the word? Just bleh. Like
Mhm.
she wasn't polished. She was what's come on y'all, help me out. What's the word I'm looking for?
Rough?
No, it's a big word.
Oh,
Um
well, not rough.
it's not rough. Um she looked oh, it starts with a G, I think. God, I can't think of what it's freaking
What
gangly. Not
okay.
it's
All
not
right.
gangly, but it's kind of like gangly. She
Okay.
just looked like she wasn't well put together and she didn't give a shit about what she looked like. Now I understand that she was in the water and all, but she even walked like it.
Yeah.
It's like
Galadriel is supposed to be very tall and very statuesque and very commanding of her presence. You can't help but see her, not just in her physicalities, but in the way she holds herself. Even, even when she's down and out and going through shit, there's that element about her that says, this is an elf. This is the best of
yes.
the best.
Yeah, it does. She should have still, even though she looked like shit, she still.
Crunchy.
That's a
Yeah.
good one. Not the word I
Yeah.
was looking for, but yeah. But
Yeah.
you
Very
know,
tall.
standing up straight and walking with a presence about her. That's what I
Mhm.
expect to see, not someone who's slouching about.
Mhm.
Yeah.
I agree. All right, y'all. Well, this has been fun.
Ugh.
Is there anything y'all would like to promote? Anything you want to share before we wrap this up and listen to some kick-ass music?
Well, tomorrow's BackTube, and Wednesday, Arwen will be joining me on my channel for Sugar and Spice as always. We will be
Yeah.
having a show this week.
Mhm.
And God only knows what we're going to talk about. Y'all know how we do. We just talk about whatever.
We do.
But it
We
won't be
open our
taint.
mouths and it comes out.
It won't be taints.
No.
It tain't happening this time.
No, no more taint. Please, for the love of God, no more taint. Louise, anything for you?
No.
All right. Well, these ladies will be joining me next week, of course, for more Rings of Power, more Shield Maidens.
I'm
Hopefully,
sorry,
Starry will be
Palpatine.
with us.
Highlight
Just-
Palpatine.
I would like to promote Amazon's The Rings of Unlimited Power.
Power.
The proper word is boring.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, let's see. This week, yes, I'm going to be with Arlena for Sugar and Spice. I'm not sure if I'm streaming tomorrow. I have a lot going on that I have to take care of. So if I do, it'll be at 2, but keep an ear out for that. May or may not. Friday night at 8, I'm going to be on Joker Voices channel. I'm going to be joining him over there, and
So
we're going to be
Arwen After Dark this week then?
yes, no Arwen After Dark this week. I'm going to be over there visiting him, and I forget who's going to be there, but anyway. And let's see, and then Saturday VacTube. So going to be fun, and then lather, rinse, repeat. But
Yep.
hey, Geek Strong. Hey, we are just wrapping up, but it is good to see you here. We had fun. We're having fun demolishing this piece of shit. And again, if anybody enjoys it, I please don't take this as we are insulting you. We're not. You're free to enjoy what you like. But at the same time, we're free to enjoy what we don't. And t-shirt, I'm sorry. And t-shirt historians. I'm sorry, t-shirt. Yes, the Weekend Geek. Yes, on Saturday before back to. There we go. I'm so sorry. And Eris's. Oh my God. And Eris's at 1:00 on Saturday. Damn, my Saturday just got really busy. So yes, I will be there, t-shirt. I know, honey, I miss you too. I've had a lot going on, and it is. We'll just leave it at that. Yeah, I said it. Sensei, yeah. Yes, Eris Chaos, 1:00 on Saturday. So anyway, as always, I appreciate y'all so much for being here. We enjoy it. And frankly, we'd be nothing without y'all. The chat is frankly the best part of these streams, I think. I love the interaction, and I love y'all. And, y'all remember there is good in this world, and it's worth fighting for. And that's what we're trying to do with Shield Maidens. Mwah! Love y'all, and y'all have a good night.